My defiant 16-year-old daughter, Emily, shouted, "I wish you'd drop dead. Mom's new guy, Richard, is more of a father to me than you'll ever be." I stayed calm and replied, "Got it, kiddo." Then I started acting as if I were gone. 3 days later, she was pleading for me to stop. I'm a 44-year-old guy, divorced from my ex-wife Laura for 8 years. We share Emily, whom I've raised mostly solo since Laura left. Laura moved across the country for her ideal career and visits Emily maybe twice a year. Last week, things erupted. Emily's been seeing this boy, Dylan, 17, who I don't trust. He's got a history of petty theft, ditches school regularly, drives recklessly, and treats Emily poorly. I told her she couldn't attend a sketchy house party with him last Friday. Typical parenting, right? She exploded, yelling that I'm destroying her life, that I don't get her. Standard teen outbursts. Then she hit me hard. "I wish you were dead. Richard gets me. He's a real dad, unlike you. I can't wait to live with them when I'm 18. I didn't shout back or argue. I just said, 'Noted, kiddo.'" She stormed to her room, probably expecting me to follow, like always. But something inside me broke. Not in anger, but like a circuit shut off. If she wants me gone, I'll give her what she asked for. Since Saturday, I've acted like I'm invisible to her. Dead guys don't cook breakfast, so she's had to fend for herself. Dead guys don't drive, so she's been taking the bus. Dead guys don't hand out cash, so when she asked for lunch money, I looked right past her. Dead guys don't cover phone plans, music subscriptions, or streaming services either. At first, she thought I was joking, trying to provoke me. "Dad, this is dumb." "Dad, stop it." Nothing. I carried on like she wasn't there, cooking for myself, watching TV alone, ignoring her voice. My phone's been buzzing with calls from Laura since this morning. Apparently, Emily called her sobbing, using the landline. But dead guys don't pick up phones. Is this childish? Maybe, but I'm exhausted from being the only parent who cares while being told I'm not enough. To address some questions, yes, I'm still ensuring she's fed. There's food in the kitchen. She just has to prepare it. No, I'm not abandoning her. I'm just disengaging. Today, Emily tried to test me by bringing Dylan over, thinking I'd have to acknowledge a guest. Nope. I walked past them in the living room, made myself a sandwich, and retreated to my office. I overheard her telling Dylan I was acting crazy and ignoring her for no reason. Dylan had the audacity to knock on my door and call me immature. I didn't even glance up from my computer. But here's the twist. Laura called my sister Rachel to talk sense into me. Rachel knows the full story. She's been my anchor since Laura bailed, leaving me to raise Emily while she plays cool mom twice a year. Rachel walks in, sees Emily moping on the couch, and says, "What's with the sad face, hun? I thought you'd be thrilled now that your dad's dead to you." Emily bursts into tears. "Aunt Rachel, make him stop." Rachel shrugs. "Make who stop?" "I don't see anyone bothering you." Emily bolts to her room. Rachel gives me a fist bump, saying she's proud I'm finally standing my ground. We grabbed coffee. Well, I had coffee, she had wine, and she shared Laura's texts. Apparently Richard, who's met Emily 3 times, of letting her boyfriend play father to a kid he barely knows. The kicker? Emily's phone got cut off today. I've been paying for it, but the account's in my name. Dead guys don't approve payments, so I let the service lapse. She used the house phone to call her friend Sarah, whining about how unhinged I'm being and how she didn't mean it like that when she wished me dead. Too bad, kiddo. The entitlement is wild. This morning, Emily missed the bus because she's used to me waking her. She came downstairs at 8:45, school starts at 8:30, finding me sipping coffee, scrolling news on my tablet. "Dad, why didn't you get me up? I'm late." Silence, not a glance. She panicked. "This isn't funny." I have a biology quiz. Still nothing. She waved her hands in my face. I shifted my tablet and kept reading. She stormed off, calling Laura on the landline. 20 minutes later, she's back, crying. Mom says if you don't drive me to school, she's calling her attorney. I nearly chuckled. Laura hasn't paid child support in 2 years. Good luck with that lawyer. Emily walked to school, a safe 1.5-mile trek. I watched her stomp down the driveway, probably cursing me. At noon, the school called. I didn't answer, but they left a voicemail. Emily tried to buy lunch, but her account was dry. I usually top it up weekly. The cafeteria staff covered her this time, but needs funds added. Then the real chaos hit. Laura flew in, showing up at 3 p.m. with Richard, who's trying too hard to look youthful in a backward cap and trendy jeans. Laura's lost weight, got some work done on her face, and is dressed like a teenager. Brian, open this door. We need to talk about what you're doing to our daughter. I'm in the living room, visible through the window, reading a novel. Richard bangs on the door. Man up and face us! I turn a page. They lingered for 45 minutes, Laura shifting from demands to pleas to threats. Emily got home from her walk, shocked to see them on the porch. Mom, why are you here? Sweetie, I'm fixing this. Your dad's lost it. Emily glances at me through the window. I'm still reading, pretending they're invisible. Come on, Em, Laura says. Pack a bag. You're staying with us at a hotel until your dad snaps out of this nonsense. But Emily didn't mention she's on academic probation for skipping classes with Dylan. Missing more school could get her expelled. She tries explaining, but Laura brushes it off. We'll handle the school. Richard has connections. Richard, who's met her 3 times, nods like he's got clout in a district he's never lived in. They left with Emily, who looked back hoping I'd intervene. I didn't. Rachel swung by later with pizza and wine. They won't last 48 hours in a hotel, she predicted. Laura can't handle Emily for a weekend, let alone full-time. We'll see. Rachel was off. They lasted 18 hours. Emily returned at 7:30 a.m. with Laura and Richard. I was cooking breakfast for myself when their car pulled up. They didn't knock. Laura used an old emergency key to barge in. Brian, this stops now, Laura declared. Emily has something to say. Emily looked drained, eyes swollen, hair a mess. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Can we go back to normal? I set my plate of pancakes and sausage on the table and ate. Richard stepped up. Look, pal. Emily cut him off. Shut up, Richard. You don't know me. Stop pretending you're my dad. Silence, except for my fork on the plate. Laura's face flushed. Emily, apologize to Richard. No, Emily yelled. You dragged me to that awful hotel where you two argued all night. You don't know my classes. You didn't know about my quiz. You don't know me. She turned to me, tears falling. Dad knows. He knows I hate onions on my tacos. He knows I take my coffee with 1 cream, 1 sugar. He knows I get anxious during lightning storms. He knows my favorite show is Parks and Rec, even though I tell people it's Stranger Things. But I said I wished he was dead. I said Richard was my real dad. Her voice cracked. And now he won't even look at me. Laura tried to speak. Honey, we'll fix this. No, Emily interrupted. You left when I was 8. You call once every few weeks. You send birthday gifts late, if at all. Last year's was 3 weeks late. She pulled out a crumpled note written at the hotel. Dad, I know you won't read this because dead people don't read, but I'm so sorry. I was mad about Dylan and the party. I said the worst thing I could think of, but I didn't mean it. You're not perfect. You're too strict, worry too much, and still cut my sandwich crusts off, even though I'm 16. But you're here. Always. When I got my first period and was too shy to buy tampons, you brought home every kind of chocolate. When I failed my learner's permit test, you said it was fine and took me for milkshakes. When Dylan was mean last month, you didn't rub it in. You just let me cry and made me grilled cheese at midnight. I'm sorry I said Richard was my dad. He asked what grade I'm in. My grade. He got me a gift card to Claire's. I'm 16. Please stop being dead. She placed the note by my plate. Laura stammered, Emily, I've been building a life for us. For us? Emily scoffed. For you. With Richard. In your fancy apartment where kids can't stay more than 2 weeks because of your HOA, Richard shifted awkwardly. Laura, maybe we should... You should go, Emily said. Both of you. This is my home. With my dad. You're not welcome here. Silence. Laura grabbed her bag. Fine. When you're ready to be reasonable, you know where I am. They left. Emily stood, trembling. I finished eating, washed my plate, and looked at her, really looked, for the first time in 5 days. There's cereal in the cupboard. Don't forget school. It wasn't much, but her relief said everything. She hugged me. I didn't hug back yet, but I didn't pull away. I know I messed up, she whispered. I'll prove I'm sorry. We'll see. It's been a revealing weekend. Saturday, Emily was up at 7 a.m., attempting breakfast, charred eggs and limp toast, but she tried. She's been doing her own chores, cleaning without prompting, and hasn't mentioned Dylan. The real drama came Saturday night. Laura called Rachel furious, saying Richard dumped her. Apparently, the ordeal showed him Laura had basically ditched her kid, and he didn't want the family drama. The guy who played dad to a teen he barely knew couldn't handle one night of parenting. Laura blamed me, telling Rachel I'd ruined her relationship and turned Emily against her. Rachel put her on speaker for Emily and me to hear. He was the one, Rachel. Do you know how hard it is to find a good man at my age? Brian caused this with his stunt, Rachel replied. Brian didn't do anything. He gave Emily what she wanted. Parental alienation. Try parenting first. The call ended with Laura threatening to sue and Rachel laughing so hard she spilled wine on my rug. Sunday was calm. Emily did homework at the kitchen table while I paid bills. She made us coffee, mine with 1 cream, just right. We watched Parks and Rec after dinner. Her pick. Then this morning a car roared up, Dylan in his noisy old Civic. Emily saw him through the window, face paling. I didn't ask him here, Dad. I swear I watched her go outside. I couldn't hear them, but I saw him flailing, pointing at her, the house, getting too close. She backed away, shaking her head. Then he grabbed her wrist. I was out the door before I knew it. Hands off my daughter. They froze. Emily started crying. Relief, I think. Dylan puffed up. Oh, now you're talking? Emily says you've been ghosting her like a nutcase. Yet here you are, touching my daughter after she told you to stop. That's assault, kid. I ain't your kid. No, you're a 17-year-old with a rap sheet and truancy issues who thinks he can control my daughter because she's hurting. But she's not anymore. She's got her dad, and I'm very much alive. I looked at Emily. You want him here? She shook her head. Number I ended it Thursday. He won't take no for an answer. You heard her. Go. Don't come back. Don't call, text, or drive by. Nothing. Dylan glared at Emily. This is garbage, Em. You know you— I want you gone, she said, steady. I was dumb, so dumb, but I'm done. He slammed his car door and sped off, tires squealing like the kid he is. Emily and I stood in the driveway. I'm proud of you, I said. She broke down, messy, raw sobs. I'm so sorry, Dad. I was awful. Yeah, I said. You were. She laughed through tears. You're supposed to say it's fine. It's not fine. What you said cut deep, but we'll work through it. Even the Richard thing? Especially that. It was messed up. I know, she said. He tried giving me advice about Dylan at the hotel. Said I should give him another shot. The guy with a record. And Mom just nodded like he's some expert. We went inside. I made coffee. Hers with 1 cream, 1 sugar. What's next? She asked. You're grounded for 2 weeks for the party. No phone, no outings, no friends over. She nodded. Fair. And you're writing apology letters to Rachel for dragging her into this, to your mom for humiliating her in front of Richard, even if she had it coming. And to yourself. Myself? For dating someone who treated you like an object. You're better than that. She teared up. What about you? Don't I owe you a letter? Number. You owe me honesty. Always. Even when you're pissed. Even when you think I'm ruining your life. The truth, not wishing me dead. I can do that. Good. Also, you're getting a basic phone until you can pay half for a smartphone plan. Dad! Dead guys don't pay for iPhones, Emily. I'm alive, but I'm not a pushover. She groaned, but agreed. Okay, fair. As I write this, she's upstairs studying. Laura's called 7 times. I haven't answered. Rachel texted, Father of the Year. I don't know if I did this right. My dad would have just taken a belt to me for talking like that. But I'm not him, and Emily's not me. We're figuring it out. She'll be fine. We'll be fine. Oh, and Richard? Laura's latest voicemail says he's already with a 29-year-old Pilates coach with no kids. Perfect. Edit. To those calling me a great dad, I'm not. I'm just a guy who hit his limit and got lucky it worked out. To those saying I'm cruel, try being the only parent who shows up for 8 years only to be told you're less than some guy who doesn't know your kid's grade. Emily made lunch today. Ham and cheddar sandwich, no onions, just how I like it. We're gonna be fine. Thank you for watching Story. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more real-life stories.